Yes, that's JOEBILINE here, and today we've got two things to go over. Finally, the ultimate FIFA Mobile database is here. The Futhead database has arrived. They've been working on it for a while now, so they've got all console commitments as well. Work on the mobile one on the side. It's a smaller team compared to the console Futhead team, because obviously the Futhead console, millions and millions use it. Mobile it's smaller, but obviously if we all keep using it, then they can only continue to put more manpower behind it to improve it. But it's here, so we're going to go through that today and show you what it can do. Obviously, massive thanks to FIFA Renders, who has had his site out for a few weeks now, and that's a good. It was alright to use it, a little bit awkward to use it, it's getting better, but it was more stopgap, and maybe it's made Futhead hurry up and release it, because Futhead isn't finished. They want to add like squad builders and stuff like that to it, but they thought they'll get the database out for you guys now because everyone keeps asking for it, and the compare feature and all that's here. So we're going to go through that, and we're also going to talk about Team of the Year, because you're watching this Monday morning and Team of the Year is coming out tonight, so we'll talk about that and see what we're expecting from it. But let's jump into the database first. So obviously you can go to it now. I'll be honest, it does work better from desktop, so if you use it on the PC it's much better, but the mobile site works pretty well. And once again, just for viewingness, it's in landscape view, but portrait view it looks a lot better, but we're recording landscape. So obviously the normal database there, it's sorted initially when you first go to it, futhead.com/FIFA Mobile, or they've also got like fm.gg or something. I'll leave a link to the description to it anyway, so you can go through it there. I'm going to go get a haircut and a bit ready before tonight, so hair will be shorter tonight. But we thought we'd wear blue anyway, ready for the occasion. So we've got some blue on, got a blue Adidas on, and yeah, you can search by obviously positions, quality. At the moment it's legendary, master, elite, gold, silver, bronze. Hopefully they'll have that icon there, because console they let you sort by icon, and then programs, so you can sort straight away by programs. The main one's their base, and then they've got all the programs so far, and they'll continue to add them. Then obviously they're the main overview, but then you've also got player filter. So this is where you can search nationalities, leagues, weak fought, positions. If we click on sort, that way you can then go to sort by rating, likes, attacker rating, creator rating, total stats, individual stats. So let's say, do we want to find the, let's look for the person with the best long passing in the game. I imagine it, is it going to be Pirlo? Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Schweinsteiger, Pogba, the boosted cars. Let's have a look. So we've got them all here, pretty nice. But let's say we want to go to like on the site here. So we'll have a look at campaign bastions. Here it looks. Training, you can do that. So let's put him up to a 97, and then his stats are here, so you can see what his boost stats are. He's got generalist. Let's put him up 10 on the bio, and then that's going to add them in, and then it highlights which ones have been highlighted from his skill boosts. So that's pretty cool. One thing we was noticing recently is obviously the cards change. We obviously knew the cards already changed from like 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. What we also noticed was that cards change at 110 and 120, so they just get more certain events, depending on what type of card it is. Some just get more shiny and lines and stuff. Who was it I was thinking of the other day? On the cards, they play around with something, because some of them go crazy as they get higher up, like pretty crazy indeed. But yeah, you can compare them. So this is very, very handy now, because obviously we're using the Futhead console database a lot for nationalities and all of that, but now we can use the actual database, so you can find the actual player ratings. So this is going to be hella handy for icons, and if we're going off what console icons they are, it's probably actually worth investing in some of those obscure icons countries now, before prices went up, because people who invest in Nigerians before Kocha hit, they're buying Nigerians for like under 5,000 coins and stuff, and then they all jumped up to like 50, 60k, and some were extinct, so it took you longer to get them. So if we're looking at the console icon list, maybe pick up some now ready, just so you've got them handy. Maybe as a training tip, or as a tip to use it so you can actually get the icons easily yourself in quickly. So yeah, it's standard database site, you can search it up, but what they have added that's great is compare. So you can compare. This looks a lot better and cleaner in portrait or desktop, as I was saying. But in compare mode, say you want to compare two players you're not sure you want to go for, like who we're thinking, right, who do we want to get? So let's think, do we want to get Akin Fenwa? Maybe we want to maybe we picked up Akinfenwa like, ooh, is Akinfenwa going to be any good at the top, or is he just going to end up being too slow? And we want to compare Akinfenwa to someone like Messi, because obviously this is definitely the type of comparison that someone would do in life. The pictures aren't working properly at this view. Like when you start upgrading them, they don't change, but they're going to fix that. As I said, they've put it out, they're still continuing to improve it, so little things here, but the stats are all correct, so that's what matters. Like, it doesn't really matter about the image there. So that's the standard stats, and on mobile at the moment you can only compare their normal cards as they are. However, if you go to desktop, so if you go on your computer, they are adding this to mobile, but if you go on computer, you can actually, from this compare screen, increase them, like do the training on them, so then you can compare players on their, what am I saying? Yeah, so you go there, and you know how on a single player, so we'll just go back to this screen here, how on these pages you can upgrade the players here, training and boost. On the moment, it's desktop only at the moment. They're trying to get this fixed ASAP, so it shouldn't be much longer. On the compare page, you'll be able to do the training and boost on them, so then you can compare directly to boosted players' stats. So that's going to be very, very handy indeed, because one of the main things a lot of people have been doing so far is that when they're trying to think end game, what place do they want to upgrade all the way? Because as you start, especially once you get to like overall 90 and above, training starts to cost a lot. So having this compare feature and all this available now is very handy indeed, because it lets us see without having the cost taken against itself. So it's saving people millions and millions of coins and XP. So very handy for that. So the Futhead database is here, the UI, the navigation all works perfectly. You can see stats clearly. Obviously there's comment sections forming up. That's one of the good things that's always been about Futhead, is that they've always had an active community and comment section, and the console one's massive. So hopefully this year, last year the FIFA Mobile comment section wasn't too busy, but hopefully this year we can get a lot of banter going in the comment section when new cards come out, like Team of the Week and all of that, because there is the here, so you can search by latest players. So as new cards come out, you can get to the latest players quickly. So obviously recent ones were the Sterling and Alexander-Arnold and the Bender brothers. They've also filtered, so you can filter by Team of the Week. So each of the Team of the Week. So recent Team of the Week is Team of the Week 10 we was on, and that's got all the latest Team of the Week cards there. So say you're trying to, especially going forward now that Team of the Week's tradable a week later, this is very handy to quickly remember who's tradable this week. Programs, so this is obviously just filtered by the different programs we've had so far. Thanksgiving only had the one card, but then it filters all the special cards that way. Very handy and quickly to remember and get to when you need them. So standard stuff like this. Yeah, they said the squad builder's coming. They're going to make sure it works better on mobile, because they understand that a lot more people use mobile and desktop for mobile, because some FIFA mobile players don't have a desktop, so they are getting that up like that. So that's here, but let's also talk about Team of the Year. So Team of the Year is coming tonight. Obviously, EA themselves said straight up last week it was coming on the 15th. That's when they'll be revealing it all. And as it's always done in previous years, it's announced and then they're out a few hours later. So we're all expecting it to come out at 6 PM UK time on console. And then if it's anything like last year, we'd expect it to come out on mobile shortly afterwards as well. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be around the daily reset time, hopefully. Maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a bit later, but daily reset time would make sense, but it could end up being a bit later if it's not ready yet, because I imagine, because obviously console, they're just putting them into packs. With mobile, I imagine we'll be having plans and all that good stuff. But anyway, if you've been following Team of the Week Team of the Year over the last week, you'll have seen that they gave the community 60% of the votes. And this year, rather than using the FIFA Pro Team of the Year, they gave it to the community and partly themselves decided. So 60% was decided by the community and 40% decided by EA. EA haven't revealed their 40% yet, so we'll be just seeing the final one, I guess, later today. Don't know if that, maybe they'll announce it like 3 PM UK time, like with Team of the Week, or maybe it'll literally be 6 PM. This is who it is. These are now out. Maybe they'll do it in stages rather, because last year and previous years they've done attackers, midfielders and defenders separately and then all together at the end. Maybe they'll tease only. So last year they did attackers first. Maybe we'll only find out the attackers tonight and have to wait to find out the next. We don't know. We'll find out later. But anyway, the community had 60% of the votes, and that was done by ballot boxes that were sent out to a bunch of influencers, news sites and sport athletes. And turned out there was 42 of those sent out, but only 41 were voted. The F2 or something didn't do theirs in time. So this was, it will delve down to it, but this was the community's team of the year. They're 60%. These were the people who got the most vote. So up top, it was Ronaldo, Kane, and Messi. In midfield, it was Modric, De Bruyne, and Kante. And then in defence, it was Marcelo, Ramos, Bonucci, Valencia, and De Gea. So they got the most votes. They were the 11 most voted for players by the community ballots. And then that was broken down here. So in the goalkeeper zone, De Gea got 31 votes, Buffon 7, Oblak 1, Navas 2, and Lloris 0. So De Gea won that by quite a big margin. And what people have worked out is that with the community having 42 votes, making up 60%, and EA's vote's going to be 40%, they were working out to say, like, essentially that to the community's 42 votes, EA wouldn't as such have sort of 28 votes, whether that's a collective 28 together as one, or if 28 members of staff at EA have all put their own team, like they've been nominated and elected to do it. We don't know, and I don't know if we'll find out. Hopefully we do. It'd be nice if we do get to see how they voted for that. But if they all get a collective vote together, or EFA vote together, essentially, although De Gea's 31 is very far ahead of Buffon, say EA's 28 votes all voted for Buffon, that would put Buffon ahead of De Gea. So De Gea is not totally safe, but looking at that, I'd say De Gea is pretty much confirmed. If we move over to defenders, Ramos 38, Bonucci 19, Marcelo 32, Valencia 12, Azpilicueta 10, Dani Alves 10, Kimmich 9. So I think it's safe to say Ramos, Bonucci, Marcelo are all certain on, but it's that fourth defender slot that gets a little bit more. Who could it be? Valencia, I'd say, looking at that, we're looking at either Valencia, Azpilicueta, Dani Alves, or Kimmich. The others, although technically, as we talk about with the 28 votes could literally put anyone else in, but to me, it's an interesting one, that first slot. I have a feeling Valencia only just narrowed ahead, and that's not by much at all. Like, he's got 2 votes over Azpilicueta and Dani Alves. Dani Alves being one of the ones who was in the FIFA Pro Team of the Year, and I think he got in the UEFA Team of the Year, but UEFA Team of the Year doesn't matter whatsoever, so that doesn't matter. But I'd say it's pretty safe to be seen Ramos, Bonucci, and Marcelo. And then the fourth defender slot, I'm not sure, but I guess it's out of Valencia, Azpilicueta, Dani Alves, or Kimmich, really. So that's an interesting one to see. Midfielders, De Bruyne got 35, Modric 29, Kante 28. The next highest was Dybala on 10 and Cruz on 6. I'd say it's safe to say that these three are going to be the centre midfielders this year. Ooh, De Bruyne's there as a cam. Cool, Kante CDM, Modric the centre mid, but for mobile, these positions could change, I guess. I don't think they have to do the same positions, but I guess we'll find out later tonight if they are the same or not. But EA getting 28 votes could push anybody else into it, because Kante's on 28, so anybody getting a vote could push them into it. But I feel like there's enough substantial difference there for us probably to get them. And then in the attack, Messi got 39, Ronaldo 37, Kane 24, then Neymar down on 11, and then Mbappe on 4. So it's pretty nailed on. I think was all expected anyway, but we'll be getting Messi and Ronaldo. And Kane at 24 over Neymar's 11, although obviously the 28 could swing it back for Neymar or even Mbappe. I think 24 to 11 is a pretty safe distance to me. I think we should comfortably see, and rightly so, be seeing Kane in Team of the Year. So this site here, who's calculated it all, he's put his prediction in. He himself feels like he thinks Neymar could hedge against in front of Kane, more basis on the fact that Neymar's more exciting in packs to sell more packs, I guess. But to me, I'm thinking Kane, Ronaldo, Messi, Modric, De Bruyne, Kante, Marcelo, Ramos, Bonucci, De Gea, and then for me, for that right back slot, that final right back slot, it's too close to call, I feel. Kimmich has had a good year for Bayern, and there's no other Bayern represented elsewhere, so I guess Could EA go for him just to represent Bundesliga? Dani Alves did get the right-back slot in the 5th Pro Team of the year. Azpilicueta had an outstanding first half of the year with Chelsea when they won the league, but since then they've dropped off, and this is a calendar vote, and Chelsea haven't been as good in the second half of the season. And Valencia's been good for United, but he's not the best right back in the world, is he? He's literally been voted there by the community for FIFA purposes, really. Not saying anything against Valencia, he's very good. He's been great since moving to right back / right wing back for United. So obviously he's not even a right back by trade. So props to him, but he's not really a right back. Well, he is now, but he's not the best right back in the world if we're being honest. I'd argue to say Walker's better than Valencia, and he conceded a lot less goals defensively. But I can't call that right back slot, that final slot. We'll have to see tonight. But yeah, tonight, my guess around daily reset time when plans and events all refresh. Well, not plans are gone, but when events refresh and all that. Let me know who you think the final team of the year will be based on what we can see. That's mine. I just can't call that right back slot, so we'll find out tonight. But leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here. Come follow me on Twitter at joebilineHD, and I'll see you all later. Peace.
But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.